Okay, so today we're going to continue our meditation sessions on moving our meditation into the world, into life. And we started that last week with getting in touch with our senses and bringing a sense of aliveness and mindfulness into through our senses into our life. And today we're going to continue with that, except we're going to focus more on the mindfulness walking and maybe even mindfulness around waiting in line, because we're going to be doing a lot of waiting over the next weeks and months as life goes to the new normal. There's also, the new normal includes a lot more extra attention and care, and that may actually be a good thing. It may be quite useful for us to have more attention and care and being a bit more slower and careful about what we're doing. That it might actually support our mental health to actually slow down if we're able to sort of be present with that experience. And all right, so let's begin, and we'll begin the way we did last time. But this time, I'm going to invite you to sort of do most of this meditation, actually all of it, standing up. So, thank you, welcome. If you can, just stand up. We're going to do everything standing up today, and we're going to get a sense of our presence as we do. Some breathing to start with, and again we'll just start to move our body a little bit and your shoulders up and down. So breathing in, bringing your shoulders up, breathing out, dropping your shoulders, breathing in, up and down as you breathe out. Again, one more time, breathing in and breathing out. And then maybe just bigger circles with your arms, bringing them in and out, breathing in and out, getting a bit more blood flowing in our body. One more time, breathing in and breathing out, and a few stretches, breathing in as you raise up. Out, breathing in, and breathing out. One more time on each side, breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in again, and breathing out. And if you're as you're standing tall, kind of in a dignified, strong back, open heart posture, you can bend your knees a little bit now and just sort of feel the sense of stability, right? So as we stand, we recognize that standing is kind of holds our center. And so you can sort of feel yourself completely supported by the ground, your feet flat on the ground, your knees slightly bent, and just really noticing the sensation of standing. We take it for granted that we could stand, but it took us a few years to figure out how to do that, right? To hold our balance. And so walking meditation and meditations that we're going to do from now on are really about bringing our mindfulness into the world, bringing our dignity into the world, our presence into the world. And so we're going to use our senses here instead of just a breath to do that. So just really feel the sensation of your feet flat on the ground. And feel the earth supporting you, the ground supporting you. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is just put your hands out in front of you, and we're just going to do some hand movements again. And just kind of sense and feel the energy between your hands as you're doing that. So you're breathing and you're just feeling your hands, and you can just kind of open up down a little bit and just feel that sense of energy between your hands. Our whole body, every cell in our body is electromagnetically charged. So just notice the sensation of energy between your hands. We're just going to play around with that a little bit. Just as you breathe in, expand that out. When you breathe out, you contract, and just feel that open, noticing, and you can play around with that a little bit. Move it this way, this way. So breathing in, expanding out, breathing in, bring your hands together, just noticing the energy between your hands as you do that. It's almost like you're creating this big energy ball in front of you. And slow that down. Okay, and we'll come back to that later. Just stand tall again in this dignified posture. Your back is staying straight, your heart open. And you can place your hands where you feel comfortable for a little bit of a walking meditation that we're going to do now. Maybe you hold your hands together like this, or you put them to your side. And we're going to do a little bit of a walking meditation. But here, if you don't have space, you can just do the walking meditation standing in one place. Or you can just take a couple of 1 or 2 steps forward and 1 or 2 steps back. Or if you have the room, you can take 5 steps, turn around and come back. And walking meditation is about bringing our sense of awareness into our body and how our body moves us through the world. Right? And moving through the world allows us to achieve our goals, and being present allows us to integrate our heart, our mind, our spirit with our goals, with the direction that we're choosing. If you're going to do this outside in the future, you can also expand your awareness to your environment, although we will do some of that anyways. But it can really be powerful to really look at your environment and take in the fullness of your environment. And of course, with walking meditation, we do this with our eyes open. Again, it's about being present in the world. We're not just sort of stepping back and getting present and anchoring ourselves. We're anchoring through our bodies into the world. So again, we start with standing and just noticing where our hands go. Feeling the balance of our feet on the ground. And noticing the micro movements that you have right now that keep yourself balanced. You're not standing so still that you don't move at all like a rock. You actually have these micro movements that occur as perhaps the energy moves from the right foot to the left or vice versa. And you can feel that sort of vibration, those micro movements throughout your whole body as you're paying attention to how you keep yourself strong, stable, standing. And then we get a sense of presence, a sense of awareness of our intention to move through the world. And the miracle is not our capacity to walk, but our capacity to walk with presence through life. And so we notice our intention to move. And we notice where we shift our weight to make that happen. Perhaps you shift your weight to your right foot as you notice the intention to move and lift your left foot, noticing the weight that increases on your right foot as you move your left through the world. Heel down, then toes, and then raising your other foot as the weight shifts and changes. And we do that again with the other foot. Noticing the movements of our foot and ankle and toes. And we can take a step back and notice that experience. Moving backwards. And You can begin as you continue this process to notice not only the feet and ankles, but also the calves and how the calves hold you up and the weight that the calves bear as they move, and the shins. Perhaps noticing the calves holding your weight, and as you press down, your shins doing more of the work. And we can really pay attention even to our knees as we move forward, how you bend your knees, and what the sensation of that is. The bending of the knees. And whenever you get distracted, whatever the distraction might be, a phone ringing, a thought, a distraction from the corner of your eyes, of some vision, just become aware of that distraction. You notice it. You may even label it. And then you just return to the sensation of your heel, sole, toes touching the ground. Sometimes it helps to count the steps you're taking to keep you present. Paying attention also to your thighs and your quadriceps as you move through the world. You can really notice, again, where the weight is. You can notice other sensations of pressure, noticing the feeling of the air, noticing the clothing that you're wearing. As we continue to walk with presence. And if your hands are down, maybe you're noticing also the movement of your arms as you're walking. You may notice that they work in synchrony with your legs to keep you balanced. And the marvel that it is that our body can move in this unified, coordinated way that keeps us present in our world, that keeps us active in our world. As you continue to do that, you may notice feelings that arise. First, the sensations, just the experience of physical sensations in your body. You may notice distractions in your mind. Everything is allowed, but you just bring yourself right back to your feet, to the ground, to the movement of your body. And then noticing how you can, if you're going to turn, how your hips move and rotate to support you in the turn that you're going to make as you take more steps in the other direction. Noticing the turn of the ankle, the motion of the hips, the distribution of weight as you turn around. Again, just being present with your experience. And if you're outdoors, you can also begin to pay attention to the environment, to the sounds around you, to the colors that you see around you, to the aromas. All of your sensations, your senses can be alive in this process as you continue to slowly and deliberately walk. Feeling the sensation on your chest as you walk, your neck as you hold yourself in a dignified posture, walking like royalty, like kings and queens on a royal walk. And you can change the pace of your walking and feel what that's like, but deliberately, consciously, as opposed to kind of just letting it happen automatically. We're paying attention. And then just come back to center, standing tall again. We're going to do a couple of more little exercises. The first one is just focusing on the idea of waiting. So standing is often how we wait, often in lineups, whether the lineups are at the grocery store, which will be a frequent experience these days with the increase in cleansing, but sometimes our waiting is sitting in a car in traffic or at a restaurant waiting for our food. And we might find ourselves getting impatient, frustrated, wanting to get to the end, to our destination. And you might want to think about it as an interesting opportunity to practice just being present. Maybe we're waiting for a colleague to provide us with some work that will allow us to move our work forward. Whatever the waiting is that you're doing, allow yourself to take a moment and just be with the experience of waiting. Take it as an opportunity to be present. Notice whatever feelings arise. And notice that everything will have its time, and it will arrive to you, and you will have an opportunity to move forward again. But in the meantime, you can just sort of be with the experience, be present with your breath, with your body, as you wait for the line to move. Being curious about what's around you, as opposed to rushing ahead to where you want to be. What would it be like to be present with where you're at this moment, right now? So the next time you're in a lineup, notice any sensation of impatience. And then just breathe into your body, noticing your feet on the ground, and open yourself to your environment with curiosity, knowing that your turn will come and you will move again. And now for this moment, let's just go back to the hand movements. I'm going to do one little more exercise with you with movement. Breathing in, again, opening up that energy ball. Breathing out, your hands come in, and you just keep stretching that out. Creating this large, beautiful energy ball. As you breathe in, expanding it out. You can have your knees slightly bent again as you do this. And what I'd like you to do this time is I'd like you to add certain qualities to the energy ball, just with your intention and your imagination. First, we're going to add the energy of kind of determination, fierceness. So think about the color that you associate with that. And as you're breathing in, just add that color to this energy ball. Expanding it out with that color. Now I'd like you to add the energy of loving kindness, of care and compassion. Think about what that color is and just add that compassionate color into this energy ball. As you expand it out. And lastly, I'd like you to add the color, the energy of playfulness, of curiosity. Add that color in, let the colors all swirl together or merge into a new color. And as you're doing that right now with all colors in, just make that ball bigger and bigger, and just feeling this nice, beautiful energy ball of loving kindness, of determination, and of curiosity. And now just hold that ball for a second, just feeling the energy between your hands. One more thing that we're going to do with this as we're just kind of holding it and turning it around is we're going to take this ball up above our heads. And we're just going to let this energy ball of determination, of loving kindness, and of playful curiosity just wash all over us. In whatever way makes sense to you, just let it come down through your body, feeling the energy move through your head, neck, shoulders, through your chest and back, all the way down your legs to your toes. Finishing with, again, a simple intention to be present and alive, curious, compassionate,